Good evening, folks, and we are here live. I hope. So here I am after my trip to Spartanburg in the Greenville area. Greensville. I tried one way or the other, and Dr. Dr. Brian Allen. I got to get my mind straight. Dr. Brian Allen turned out to be a very interesting person. Very interesting person. And a good friend, also. I mean, he's just an excellent host. He's a great guy. Can't say enough good about him. Hello, Mr. Lungy, Danny McCord, Farm Dog, Midnight Silver Run, Jeff Dunn, my own Jessica Johnson, Joe McBride, Steve Patat. Who else we got in here? Majestic. Majestic, I got your email. I just haven't read it yet, buddy. Eric Beyer, Steve A. Well, we got a lot of people in here. This is awesome. Really, really good. I did come in just a wee bit late. I'm sorry about that. I was about 5 minutes late getting here. And so here we go. I need to shut down my Facebook so we don't get interrupted. There we go. All right. So I'm going to start going through the lots for auction. We've got that. Now, if you go to coppercoins.com/auction, you will see everything that we have running tonight, except for the original roll reveals. We will have some roll reveals this week. I just did not get a chance to get images of them up, but we will still have roll reveals this week. Okay. That having been said, let me go to lot number one. There's lot number one for the evening. We've got a 1944 Philadelphia Lincoln wheat cent with very nice tone. I'm going to start this one off at $2. $2, folks. We're going to start lot number one at $2. Anybody want to give me a take on that beautifully toned coin? Send order comes in at 5, JLB at 5. Well, we got some heavy hitters coming straight on the board. So Send Hoarder still has a high bid at $5, even though JLB tried to get it at 5. Just a half a second too late. Midnight Silver Run comes, actually, JLB comes in at 6, and Midnight Silver Run is just a bit late at $6. Send Hoarder at 7. Send Hoarder at $7. Midnight Silver Run says, hey, Send Hoarder. You might hear some ice clinking around. I've got to keep drinking. Got ice water in here. Keep my whistle wet so I can talk. Hey, Wild Bill. Midnight Silver Run at $8 right now. Midnight Silver Run at 8, looking for a bid of 8.5. Midnight Silver Run at 8. Now JLB at 9. JOB at 9, looking for 9.5. Got a $9 bid, looking for 9.5. 9.5 keeps it going. Otherwise, JOB will end up taking this. This one appears to have been an end roll toner because it's got a lot of nice color all the way around the reverse, but it has a few spots on it. And if you've been reading any of Blaine Newpert's messages in the Lincoln Cent auctions, you'll notice that he does say that most older wrapped rolls do have spots on the outside. MTN Vaults, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in here before. So we're going to be going once to JLB at $9. Midnight Silver Run comes in at 9.5. Midnight Silver Run at $9.5. I saw part of the auction Sunday. Poor Jessica had to run that by herself for a while. JLB at $10. JLB now at $10. Has the high bid, looking for 10.5. Midnight Silver Run says he's out. $10 was his limit on that one. Going once to JLB at $10. Going twice to JLB at $10. All in, all done. Thank you, MTN Volts. Sold to JLB. Congratulations, sir. You have yourself a brand new coin. 1944 Lincoln Cent. Nicely toned. Let's try the next item. Next item up for bids is going to be this beautiful 1955S Lincoln Cent. This does have a few spots on the reverse, but gosh, look at the color and the lack of marks on the obverse of the thing. This thing's beautiful. We're going to start this one off at $1. Start it off at $1. Who wants to take a really nicely toned 1955S at $1? This thing's got really, really sweet luster on it too. It's a really nice looking coin. Let's start it off at $1, folks. Anybody in this one for $1? How many people do we have in here tonight anyway? Oh, got hidden at 1. Paul Hampton comes in at 2, and then Farm Dog tries it at 1, but didn't happen. Going on behind the S? Nothing actually. That's just part of the S mint mark. Or is that the S we're talking about? Joe McBride at 3. Now, people, we got 34 people in here, and we've only got 17 likes. Forgot to hit that like button. Go up there and smash it now for me. Paul Hampton comes in at 6 after Majestic Sounds of Coins comes in at $5 to bring this one up. Paul Hampton's $6 bid is currently high. Joe McBride says he's out. Farm Dog says he's out too. Got 7 more likes in the 10 seconds since I said that. But we're still 11 shy. Raymond Longy has a current high bid of $6.50 on this one. At $6.50, we're going to be looking at a great deal here. I'm not exactly sure what caused that toning. It could have been the paper that the roll was stored in, because I have a few coins like this that have similar toning that all appear to have come from the same roll. Going twice. Raymond Longy is $6.50. Stonecutter in the house. Sold to Raymond Longy at $6.50. I thank you, sir. Appreciate your bids, and let's move on to the next item. Next item up for bids is going to be this 1956D. This has got a lot of toning on the obverse. Purplish blue color. It's a very unusual looking toning. Coin came straight like this. It was in the holder, and it came out of the holder, and it had this nice color. Interesting color. Is Cent Hoarder bidding $10? Are you bidding $10 on lot number 3, Cent Hoarder? Okay. Cent Hoarder has a high bid at $10. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't lagging and bidding on the previous item. So we got a $10 bid on this for this 1956D Lincoln Cent. Cent Hoarder says, you are not going to let me leave here tonight without at least walking away with 1 coin. Got to have at least 1 to fill that need, that urge, that numismatic addict. We're going twice to Cent Hoarder at $10, and we're sold now to Cent Hoarder at $10. Congratulations. Thank you very much, sir. Now let's move on. This is going to be the feature coin for tonight. I'm doing it early rather than later. This is a 1922D uncirculated Lincoln Cent. Thing is nice. MS63, possibly 64 brown. It has nice toning and really nice luster all around on this coin. Very nice coin. I'm going to start this one off at $139. Its current value in this condition is $180 or more. If it turns out to be a 64 brown, it's over $200 worth of coin. $1922Ds are not easy to find. I'm thinking 64 on this one too. And the only reason I'm thinking 64 is because if the strike was a little cleaner and a little more sharp, it would have been a 65. Let's see if we take any interest in this one at 139 to start. $139 to start. Jessica needs to go get her coffee. All right, without a 139 start, do we have a reasonable offer? Anybody come up with a reasonable offer on this 1922 D-Lincoln cent? This is an uncirculated coin. Markings around the mint mark normal. Yes, that is. Jody said that perfectly. It's die deterioration, and basically what happens is that is flow lines from around the mint mark area. Okay, with no interest in this one, we will just move on. I'm going to pass on this one. Move on to lot number 5. Lot number 5, a 1972 DDO number 2. This one is an NGC MS62 brown. Nice matte luster on this one. The plastic has a couple of little nicks and dings in it. That might be part of what you're seeing on the coin. We're going to start this one off at $90. Anybody at $90 on this one? This is one of the scarce double dies. This is DDO number 2. If it hadn't been for DDO number 1, this would be a $1,000 coin. But because we have DDO number 1, this one turns out to be a lot cheaper just because DDO number 1 is a very strong double die. This is FS102. It is marked on the holder as an FS102. It's a 1972 DDO 1 cent FS102 and MS62 brown. And an NGC holder. Left justified text, meaning that it was slabbed in the last 2 years. With no interest in that, we will move on. Moving on to the next item, we have a 1958D. Oops, my title is wrong. It's a 1958D Lincoln cent that's toned. Price is right, starts at $1. 1958D Lincoln cent. Beautiful toning on this one. Got a lot of nice color. Looking for $1 to start. And Midnight Silver Run starts us off with $5. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Danny McCord comes in just a bit late with a $3 bid. Oh, Midnight Silver Run still has the successful high bid at $5. High bid of $5. Now we're looking for $5.50. Danny McCord bid $6. That is $6 bid. Danny McCord at $6. I'm hearing this one in stereo. Danny McCord at $6. Anybody interested? $6.50. $6.50 bid will keep this one moving along. Midnight Silver Run comes back at $7. Midnight Silver Run bid $7, and that is currently our high bid. If you notice, there's a rim cut just above the L of Liberty along the rim. That's what you're looking at over there. That's not damage on the rim. That's actually a cud. Cannon McCord is out at $7. Midnight Silver Run has the high bid. Presently, we can start counting it down. Going once at $7 to Midnight Silver Run. Get your bids in now if you're going to get there. We'll be selling this one in just a few seconds. Going twice at $7. All in, all done. Cuds RS comes in, bids $7.50. $7.50 before Jody calls the sold, so Cuds RS has the high bid at $7.50 currently. At a quick snipe. Midnight Silver Run comes back at $8. $8, the current high bidder. Mantic. Let's see. $20. And we get this for $2. Yes. Yeah, I'll do that. $2.20 for both. So Mantic will go back to lots 4 and 5. And I will go ahead and fill those in while we finish this one out. Going twice at $8 for this item. $8.50. Cuds RS has an $8.50 bid out there. $8.50. $8.50. Thank you, Mantic, very much. All right, we have an $8.50 bid out there. Cuds RS at $8.50. Going once at $8.50. Going twice at $8.50. Going twice at $8.50. And sold to Cuds RS at $8.50. $8.50 was the high bid. Thank you very much, Mr. Adams. And we will move on to the next item. I appreciate your bid. Check this out. We've got a real live 1997 double deer, and this one's a nice red coin. Has a couple of little spots on it. And the title, once again, is wrong because I got myself in a hurry. I will switch over to camera and tell you guys what this is as soon as I can find it. There it is. Okay. Get this out of this bag. Then switch over to camera and let you actually look at it. So here it is. This is the coin. The 1997 PCGS MS65 red. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. PCGS MS65 red. FS101 double deer. FS043 is the old number for this. And let's see if I can tilt it toward the light here and get you a little bit on the luster. Get luster pretty nicely on there. So for this one, we are going to start this one off. Slideshow quick. Start this one off with a $1 bid, but we're going to have a reserve set on this one. Assignment coin that we have reserve on. So far, we got Brady in here at a $50 bid. Brady's $50 bid is our current high bid. This is a shield coin. PCGS shield in the holder. It's a Secure Plus. A relatively recently holdered 1997 FS101 double deer and PCGS MS65 red. Let's see what we can do above $50 on this. We're not yet at the reserve. Get to the reserve on this one first. Well, these things typically in this condition are going to go for anywhere between $150 and $200. We got two bids at 55, so Stephen Elliott will take the bid at 55. He is currently our high bidder. We're still well below the reserve. Steve Patat comes in at $75. Wants to make his presence known. Brady comes back in at 90. Brady at 90 is getting closer to the reserve. And Steve Patat at 100. We're well over halfway there now. Brady at 115. And Shannon McCord is out. Thank you, sir. Brady is currently at 115. That is our high bid. Brady at 115. We're looking for a reserve to have that reserve met. Tad at 125. Quit picking on him. Brady goes 140. We lifted the reserve now. Coin will sell. $140. At a 1997 doubled ear. If you take a look at the ear, you'll see that he has two earlobes. And there are other indicators that tell that this coin is a true doubled die. I know that quite some time there was some controversy over that subject. But the inside of the upper ear is also doubled. Tells us for sure that this is a double die, and it's not a die break. It's not die damage or anything like that. This is a true doubled ear, doubled die. It's a class 4 doubled die. Wow, everybody picking on Brady tonight. What did you do, Brady? That's right, that unique heart shape to the bottom of the ear. That's what you're looking for. We're going once to Brady at 140. We're looking for a bid of 150. Bid of 140, looking for a bid of 150. Going twice at 140. All in, all done. $140 sold. $140. Brady, thank you very much, sir. We move on to the next item. Thanks to everyone for your bids on that. Now we have here a very colorful 1974S. This is a Type 2. Gosh, my title again. For some reason, my title didn't come across in a lot of these. The 1974S Type 2 proof. This is it's the same S as the 1979 filled S. So this is a Type 2 proof for 1974. Got a lot of nice color. We're going to start this one off at $1. Anybody want a nice 1974 proof with a lot of color and a Type 2 mint mark for $1? $1 starts the bid on this. Now, if you watch my video on 1974, you'll notice that all 1974 proof cents are large date. This is a large date. It has a Type 2 S mint mark. Starting this one at $1. Brady, that was a heck of an ad there, brother. A nice coin. Okay, Joe McBride comes in at 2, Raymond Longy at 3. And Raymond Longy currently has a high bid at $3. And Joe McBride cuts it in half at $3.50. And Raymond Longy at $4. Everything I'm running is the 1955 S Lincoln sent today. Photographs are just there to deceive. Correct. You're absolutely right, Midnight Silver Run. And Joe McBride comes back at $5 for this beauty. You see the color on this, the pinkish, kind of purplish tones all the way across the obverse? Well, they come in from the edge about halfway into the bust, and the bust itself is a nice bright red. And then the reverse is mostly red. It does have a couple of light pinkish and purplish hues up toward the top. This is a really nice looking 1974 S proof. Farm Dog comes in at $6 and JOB at $7. Lungy at 5.5 is a little behind. We'll need a $7.50 bid to keep this one moving. Joe is out. Hello, Brian Allen. You're almost in time just to see things move along. Farm Dog at $7.50. Keep watching for a minute, Brian. JOB at 8. Lou Sandy, hello. Eric Beyer. Then it says hey to Brian. Brady says hi, Brian. Brian, you're a celebrity, brother. JOB at 8. Farm Dog is out. We're going once to JOB at 8. Going twice to JOB at 8. All in, all done. Looking for an $8.50 bid real quick, and we're sold. The JOB for $8. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you to everyone for your bids. Let's move on to the next item up for bids. This is going to be a special offering here. This is Strike It Rich with Pocket Change by Brian Allen and Ken Potter. Brian Allen did a lot of the layout work and a lot of the composite work in this book. And this one is autographed. It's autographed by the author, Dr. Brian Allen. Start this one off at $19. Joe McBride pops in straight in with a $30. $30 to Joe McBride. And Brady at 35, Shannon McCord at 40. And Joe McBride comes in at 50. Cuds are us at 41. Now that we're at 50, we have $5 increments. I have a $50 bid looking for 5. We've got Shannon McCord at 60. This is the first edition. This is the book that started the fame. Now, I don't really remember to say this is 2006. 2006 is when this particular edition was published. Joe McBride at 65. Cuds R Us says, how many of these available? We'll find out once we start getting into this. We're at $65. We've got $35 bid, a 30, 35, 40, 50, 41, 60, and 65. It's okay, hidden. No big deal. I tell you what, I'll back off and I'll just stop the bidding. And so Cuds R Us decided he was going to ask, well, how many do you have? Well, I tell you what, I have 10 of these that I can offer. They're all autographed. 10 of them that I can offer, but we're going to offer them to the highest bidder first, and we're going to work our way down. The highest bidder was Joe McBride. We're going to offer these at $25 a copy, $25 a piece. Joe McBride will take one at $25, I'm sure. Shannon McCord will take one at $25, I'm sure. He says, Ben. Cuds R Us says he'll take one at $25. Joe McBride will take one at $25. Hidden Numismatist says he'll take one at $25. Sent Hoarder at $25. Brady will take one. Paul Hampton takes one. And Silver Run takes one. Is that? Let's see. We've got 3, 6, 7. Got 3 more for anyone else who wants one of these at $25. MTN Vaults will take one at $25. And Farm Dog. Farm Dog will round us off. Benjamin Marler, I don't know that I have enough. Let's see. See what I got here. I have a grand total of 11. What do you know? Let me add a line in. Benjamin Marler will get the 11th one. All right, so Benjamin Marler gets the 11th book, and that's all I've got right now. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate Mr. Allen for allowing us to share these books around. Right, so that having it been done, let's move on to the next item. Next item here is a 1955 double die. This is double die obverse number 2. Now, this one is exceedingly difficult to get. Much more scarce than DDO number 1, although not nearly as obvious. Why the value is much lower. But let's do this. We're going to switch over to the dyno. Take a good look at the dyno. Let's see what we can find here. Look at there. Let me flip it around this way. It's a little bit easier to see when it's upside down. Look at all that doubling. Some people mistake this for other forms of doubling, but you can see right there on the corner of the G we have a notch. We did start this one off at $1, but man, these things are rare. These things really are rare. You've got a reserve on this. There we go. Steve comes straight out with $100. Steve, at $100, I can take the reserve off of this one. Let it go at $100. Reserve on this was $120. I'll go ahead and let it run at $100. These things are rare, very rare. This one is a PCGS MS65 red. PCGS MS65 red. It's hard enough to get a regular 1955 Lincoln Centigrade 65 red. And Jody is correct. A lot of these come with a very worn out die. This one's nowhere near as worn out as I've seen on others. This is a late die state, but it is not as worn out as I've seen. I've seen these in very late die state where you have to look kind of hard just to see what you're looking for. Usually, once these really start to wear out, that bottom tail of the R is about the only part that is still obvious on these. We're going twice to Steve. Yes, Hidden, your book will be signed. Books, all of these books are signed. All 11 books that were sold this evening have been autographed. Basically, I got the books and I held him down until he finished the signatures. Here's that 1955 DDO number 2, FS102 PCGS MS65 red. It's been sold to Steve Patat for $100. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your bid. Get this back in the pack so I know where everything is. All right. Moving right along. Let's move along to the next item. Oops. How about if we do this? Move on to the next item. Here goes the 1972 Philadelphia. Number 3, it's an FS103. This is an NX MS65 red holder. This is a beautiful red coin with lots of luster. We're going to start this off at $1, but we do have a reserve set on this one. There is a reserve set for this coin, but we're starting it at $1. Anybody want to put a dollar bid on there to get it started? Joe McBride throws 25 out. Cuds are us at 35. Joe McBride at 25. Cuds are us at 35 on this. Steve Patat at 50 will lift the barrier on this one. Patat will get this one at $50 if no one else bids higher. Definitely will sell tonight. Steve Patat at $50. Looking for a high bid of $55. Steve Patat currently has the high bid of $50. Cuds RS is out. You can see very clearly the die scratch through the G in God that makes this a die number 3 for sure. You can even see in this photo, I'm actually rather impressed. There's a little tiny die gouge just below the bottom of the vest. It is a little white dot at the bottom of the vest. That is another marker for this die. 2 little die scratches between the E of we and the T of trust is another marker of this die. Right now we've got Steve Patat at $60. Steve Patat at $60. We need a high bid of $65 to keep this one going. Shannon McCord says he's out. Appreciate Shannon. Thank you very much. And we're going to be going once to Steve at $60, looking for a bid of $65. Going twice to Steve at $60, looking for a bid of $65. All in, all done. You better get your bids in fast. Steve at $60. Sold to Steve Patat at $60. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you to everyone for your bids on this coin. Moving on to the next item up for bids. This is a 1981S Type 2 proof. It's a clear S proof. If you look at the blown up picture that I have there in the center, you notice how the top serif is a big ball. And then the rest of the coin, the rest of the S is kind of flat, but it does have a ridge line. Now the Type 1 proof, the Field S proof, doesn't have this. And there is a reserve on this coin because these are quite valuable. The cent and the dollar coin, the Sacagawea, not Sacagawea, Susan B. Anthony dollar coin, tend to be the hardest ones to find of these Type 2 clear S mint mark. The nickel and the dime are the easiest, and the quarter is a little more difficult than the dime, but it's still rather common. So the nickel, the dime, and the quarter are rather common, and then the half dollar I'm not even sure about. I think it's not common, it's not scarce, but the dollar and the cent are very scarce. This thing in a nice full gem, 65, 66 deep cameo through NGC or PCGS would sell for over $50. This one has a reserve set at just about half that. So Joe McBride comes in with a $10 bid. Though we're not close to the reserve, I do appreciate the bid. These things are really tough, folks. They're really tough without spots. They're really tough without a whole lot of bad haze. This one has a little bit of haze on it, but it's not bad. Joe McBride comes back in with a $20 bid. I can let it go at $20. Reserve was set at $29. I'll take it at $20. Mike Birchman comes in with a $25 bid. I appreciate it, sir. This coin will sell tonight. Mike Birchman with a $25 bid. Looking for 20. Oh, there's 27. Joe McBride looking for 28. $27 bid looking for 28. I've seen a number of times over the years proof sets and proof coins and bins and holders and folders, and I've seen people misattribute these. These are very easy to misattribute. And this particular one, I can assure you, is a clear S, a Type 2S. Guarantee that. Mike Birchman with a current high bid of $29. And Joe McBride comes back at $30. Got a $30 looking for $31. $30 high bid looking for $31. Yeah, Mike. Mike wants it. Joe wants it. But Joe currently has it at $30. Wonder who else is going to step in. Mike says he's out at 30. Going once to Joe at 30, looking for a $31 bid. Going twice to Joe at 30, looking for a $31 bid. All in, all done, everybody. Last chance to bid. Sold to Joe McBride at $30. I appreciate it, sir. Thanks to everyone for your bids. Much appreciated. Move on to the next item. Check out the color on this baby. The 2009 S LP4 Presidential Design. Proof link and scent. This thing's beautifully toned. We're going to start this one off at $9. $9 for this kind of color. Man, this thing looks like it is on fire beautiful. Super nice proof coin going to Raymond Longy right now at $9. He's got a $9 bid on this one. Got it started. Paul Hampton comes right back at $20. $20 bid for Paul Hampton. Mike Birchman comes in $1 bid. Hello, Amber. Hello, Chris Lee. Raymond says he's out. Paul Hampton's $20 bid. Hey, big. I think we're doing great, Amber. Been a nice evening. Great seeing you. Going twice. You, Paul Hampton, at $20. And we're sold to Paul Hampton at $20. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much for your bid, and to everyone else. On to the next item. This is lot number 14. This is a 1960 small date proof, Lincoln Cent. Now, the small date proofs are actually quite difficult to come by. To start this one at $12. These things typically sell for over $20. Start off this nice 1960 gem proof small date Lincoln Cent at $12. Joe bids $16. Joe McBride at $16 is our current high bidder. Hidden comes in at $17. Paul Hampton at $20. Paul Hampton at $20 is our current high bidder. And Mike Birchman comes in at $22. Joe says he's out. Thank you, Joe. Mike Birchman at $22 to take this one. Looking for a bid of $23, and Stonecutter gives us that bid. $23 is our current high bid. Stonecutter, the 1960 small date gem proof Lincoln Cent. Stonecutter bids $23 after Mike Birchman comes in at $22. A $23 high bid right now. Mike Birchman comes in at $24. $24 bid to beat out Stonecutter's $23. We're looking for a $25 bid. Mike Birchman is currently our high bidder at $24, and Stonecutter comes back at $25. Stonecutter at $25 is our next high bid. Mike says he's out. And Cazares comes in at $26 to keep this one from selling right now. Stone cutter at $26. And Stonecutter says he's out. Hey, Kelly Michaud. We're going once to Cuz R Us at $26, looking for a bid of $27. And sold to Cuz R Us at $26. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your bid. And to everyone else for bidding tonight, deeply appreciated. Okay, so here's our next one. This is a 1972 DDO number 2. It's another 1972 DDO number 2. This is FS102, and this one is graded at PCGS MS65 red. We can start this off at $1 just to see where it goes. We currently have Steve Patet at $80. Steve Patet at $80. We may not meet the reserve. This one does have a reserve. Sitting at about half the reserve now. Steve Patet at $80, looking for an $85 bid or higher. Reserve is set on this one above $150. Steve Patet's got $130 currently. Trying to find that reserve. Look at the fields on this thing. Look how nice and clean this coin is. I honestly think it should grade above a 65. This one has a grade of PCGS MS65 red. It's got a nice bright luster too. Nice bright red coin. $130 right now is our high bid. Doesn't look like we have any other interest in it. If Steve can move up to 150, I'll take it. We can move the bid up to 150, I'll take it. Otherwise, we'll just have to pass. Steve says 150. It's sold to Steve for 150. Very much appreciated, sir. And Steve Patet has this one at $150. I appreciate it very much, sir. Let's move on to the next item. Congratulations goes out to Steve Patet. Let's take a look at this one up close. This is a 1971 double die obverse. This one again has a 1955 title. I am so sorry about that. I don't know what happened with these titles. I changed. I guess I didn't save the file after that or something. Put it back on me so I can show this to you. This is the 1971. Come on. There we go. 1971 1 cent DDO FS101. This is die number 1, DDO number 1. And it's an AU58 coin. You can see that it has nice luster on it. Even though it is a brown coin, it has a touch of wear on the high point of the cheek. Which is why this one, graded AU. Go back and show you this until I can get it up underneath the scope, and I'll put it under the scope and show you the doubling. You see the doubling very prominently in the LIBER of Liberty, but I'll show you again right here. Just like this. Now, the colors that will come through the camera on this are not actually on the coin. The coin is a brown coin. There's your doubling. Part of it, anyway. Doubling extends on up. You can see it on the G-O-D of God. You can see it in we, just a little bit in trust. You're not going to see much of anything on the date. The 1 and the 9 have a little bit of doubling. Most of your doubling is over here on the LIBER of Liberty. We got JLB with a current high bid of $65. We're looking for a reserve. A reserve set on this one is $125. For a bid of $125 or higher. Let you guys think about it for a little while. I somehow have no idea how I've got myself opened up twice on this file. That's odd. Okay. It is what it is. We got 51 people watching right now. We've only got 35 likes. Can we try to fix that just a little bit? See if anybody might be able to give us a like who hasn't done so already. Doesn't cost you anything. All it does is help me out. That Joe will be at $65. Can we get a higher bid on this? You know, on this particular die, I was doing some research on it, and it's all over the place, but typically in uncirculated grades, these things sell for $400 to $500 or more. Being that this particular one is AU, yet still has luster, the value on this one is at least $150. At least $150 value. So what I was looking for out of this one, I've actually got this one valued at $200. What I was looking for out of this one is a bid of at least $100 to take this one. If I can get a bid of at least $100, we'll keep this one moving. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pass on it. Mantic comes in at $100. Thank you, sir. Now I have a $100 bid looking for 10. Mantic coins at 100. We can start counting it down. Hello, Hoop. I did not make it to the show in Charlotte. I did drive through Charlotte last weekend, going to the show in Spartanburg. Going twice to Mantic at $100. Sold to Mantic for $100. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much for your bid. Move on up a little bit and show you the next item. We have a dime this time. It is a 1956 Philadelphia Roosevelt dime, and it is toned, very nicely toned. And this one is a PCGS MS66. It's almost weird seeing grades without a color at the end, but dimes don't grade with color. They just grade because they're silver, but this one definitely does have some color. I start this one at $1, but we are looking for a reserve. There is a reserve set on this one. If we can get a bid higher than 11, got Raymond at $11 right now because I started this one at 10. Get 11. Currently having an $11 bid, looking for 12. Amber bids $15, $15. We're moving. We're looking for a reserve, not yet been met. Raymond at 16. Still no meat on the reserve. Amber at 17. That reserve on this one is over $25. for a reserve in excess of $25. Majestic comes in at 20. Raymond at 18. Majestic at 20. And Majestic at $25. Take the reserve down on this. Sell it at $25 or more. Got a current high bid of $25, looking for 26. And Amber bids $26. Amber is our current high bidder of $26. Go ahead and start counting it down now. We got Amber at $26. Looking for a bid of 27. Gonna go once to Amber at 26, and Raymond Longy comes in at $27. Amber is out. Raymond Longy at $27. Going once at 27. Going twice to Raymond at 27. They're sold to Raymond Longy at $27. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your bids. And let's move on to the final auction item before we get to our roll reveal. Final auction item for the evening will be this 1995 double die Lincoln cent. This is a very nice double die Lincoln cent. It is not a 55S toned Lincoln cent. I'll prove that to you by holding it up to the camera again. This is my own self-shaming. Like, I get to do this because I couldn't write a title properly. So here's the coin. The PCGS MS67 red with a secure shield holder, 1995 double die obverse. This is in PCGS MS67 red. Now I'll take you back over to the slideshow so we can take a look at it. This is a 1995 DDO number 1 PCGS MS67 red. We've got sent order at $35. We do have a reserve set on this one. Have Steve Patat at 38 and Shannon McCord at 50. Now these 1995 double dies in any grade higher than 66 sell for over $100. Mike Birchman at $60. Although we do have a low reserve on this one, we do not have a reserve that's set way below normal value. MS67. An MS67 red, this double die generally sells for between $150 and $175. You get up to MS68, and those are over $200. All right, Steve Patet at $75. We'll pull the reserve. $75 is where we will pull the reserve. Looking for a $75, $80 bid. We're looking for an $80 bid. Steve Patet at 75, looking for 85. Worth over $150 here. Putting a lot of money sitting out on the table right there. Leaving it behind if you don't bid. $75 for Steve Patet. Going twice to Steve Patet at 75, all in, all done, looking for a bid of $80 before we get sold on this. And we're sold. Steve Patet, $75. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much for your bid. Sorry about that, Coin Junkie. You didn't get there in time. If Steve Patet at $75 got this one. Okay, so I go back to me here. And the first roll that we are going to do for the reveal this week, we're done with our auction item. So if auction is all you're here for, we are done. Nothing left for you. I appreciate everyone dropping by. Everybody's bids. We're working on bringing up the quality of the coins that we have here. We're working on bringing up the overall enjoyment factor, what we have going on. Okay, so here we go. This is an original bank wrap roll. There we go. Cincinnati Branch Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland. A 1964 Philadelphia roll. 1964 Philadelphia roll. We have a chance of finding all kinds of nifty neatos in. We're going to be doing this one at $1 a coin. And I'm going to limit this one. Going to be limited to 5 per person. It's $1 per coin. Spend up to $5 on the coins in this roll to see what we can get. Started now. I'm going to be quiet here for just a minute because I'm trying to finish up my sheet. While we take care of putting the names in. Done here in just 1 second. Going back with you live here. All right. And so here we are. Let's see, we've got Mike Birchman with. Got D. Reese with 5. JLB with 2. Levels of Madness gets 5. Joe McBride for 5. You can get levels in there. Levels or Joe McBride. Levels of Madness will get 5. Joe McBride will get 5. Judds R Us gets 5. Get that in there. Farm Dog for 5. Midnight Silver Run for 2. Silver Nitrate for 5. Shannon McCord for 5. Eric Beyer for 5. Looks like we're going to get levels in there. Then, need to get Joe McBride in there for 5. We have 1 spot left. That 1 spot left will be to Bill Betts. That's all we've got in this particular roll. One for Bill Betts. And then the next roll that I've got, that's all for that roll. My apologies to Sen Hoarder, Vidal Gonzalez, Paul Hampton, Raymond Longy, Jim Fletcher, Mantic, Steve A, Mike Birchman, Jeff Dunn, Blue Sandy, New Marshall, Kelly Michaud, MTN Vaults. We have only 50 coins in a roll. That's all we have to sell. Now, the next one is rather exciting because this particular roll is one that belonged to Governor Vandiver of Georgia. Is one of his original rolls, 1950 machine wrapped roll. 1950 machine wrapped roll, cardboard on one end, and it has 1956 reverse showing at the other end. I'm sorry, but it is stamped 1956 by the governor himself. These particular ones we're going to be selling at $3 a piece, hoping that we can get that kill across to actually getting the really, really nice ones. Yes, it's 1950-60. 1950-60. We're going to limit this to, say, 3 coins per person at $3 each from the Governor Vandiver state. Was the governor of the state of Georgia from 1959 to January of 1963. Collected a lot of coins. I ended up with a lot of his cent rolls. So, let me go ahead and get you started. Go now. A limit of 3 coins per person at $3 a piece on the 1956 D roll. Oh, there they go. Like we're going to have a lot of different people in this one than we had last time, which is good. I like being able to see a number of people get involved. We got levels with 3. Jim Fletcher gets 3. Centorder gets 3. Robert Adams for 3. I wanted to say 4, I don't know why. Found people 3 on this one. Right, Robert Adams with 3. D. Reese will get 2. Eric Beyer for 3. Kelly Michaud for 3. Silver Nitrate for 3. Paul Hampton gets 3. Bill Betts gets 1. These will come with special inserts that are especially for the rolls that Governor Vandiver once owned. They have a photograph of Governor Vandiver right on the flip insert. Just to remind you that they did come from his hoard. You see, Joe McBride will get 3. New Marshall gets 3. Mantic gets 3. Let my whistle down. Let's see. I cut off. All right, Stonecutter gets 3. Shannon McCord gets 3. Steve A with 2. Steve A, have you registered with us? I'm not sure I recognize you. Bill Betts, a hairdryer, will help you get those tubes so that they're not so tightly wrapped around the coins. We're still working on who's getting coins out of this one, MTN Vaults. Last week. Okay, let me check here real quick. I've got better info for you. Steve A, does your email address begin with a DY? Ah, you did get it. Okay, great. Thanks, Kelly. No, it doesn't. Okay. I have not found your information yet. Find it by going in here. Their account. Second. I don't have information for a Steve A. Hello, Tristan. Yeah, go ahead and send it again, Steve. Okay. Banged him on a granite countertop. Huh. I wonder how long you had the hairdryer on them. It could take a couple of minutes. Now, if you take a box knife and you score the roll going top to bottom like this, you go straight down the roll, go around 3 or 4 or 5 times around the edge of the roll. Then you heat the roll with a hairdryer. You should be able to tap it with a hammer and it'll bust right apart. Chainsaw works. I heard dropping them off the Empire State Building works too, but it's pretty illegal. Let's see. Let me get back to the day. I was looking for Steve A's information, couldn't find it. Go back and okay. So what we ended up with is Steve A gets 2. Steve Patet put in for 3. One more record here. Got to cut the last one. Count again. Counts right. Ooh, that's 59. That isn't going to work anyway. That happened. Let me check this again. Hang on. I've got a little bit of a confusing mess going on. Okay, that's 59. Can't do 50 in a roll. Okay, let's check this again. Had too many in there. Sorry. Okay, now we got 50. Okay, so we end up with Levels of Madness with 3, Jim Fletcher for 3, Steve Centorter for 3, Robert Adams for 3, D. Reese for 2, Eric Beyer for 3, Kelly Michaud gets 3, Silver Nitrate for 3, Paul Hampton for 3, Bill Betts gets 1, Joe McBride for 3, New Marshall for 3, Mantic for 3, Stonecutter for 3, Shannon McCord for 3, Steve A gets 2, Steve Patat gets 3, Farm Dog, will get 2, and then Midnight Silver Run will get 1 of the 2 he asked for, and that is going to be the end of that roll. So MTN Vaults, Mike Birchman, Vidal Gonzalez, John Brandon Bowe, Stephen Elliott, Kelly Michaud. I'm sorry, Kelly Michaud did get in, but the others that I just mentioned did not. whole lot I can do about that. I do apologize, but that's where we end up on this. So, I have two more rolls that we're going to reveal this week. I have a 1954S and a 1955S roll. These are not OBW rolls. They're not bank wrap rolls, but they are in very old plastic tubes. Old plastic tubes with old tape. Nice 4S roll and 1955S roll. The 1954S roll will be at, they will both be at $3 per coin. Both at $3 per coin. We're going to do the 1954S roll first. So 1954S roll, limit of 3 per person. You have to wait till I'm done, Ian Volts. You have to wait on my go. It's a shotgun start. Always a shotgun start on this. All right, here we go. 1954S, limit of 3 per person, $3 per coin. Go now. Hi, Adam Chambers. Haven't seen you yet today. 690SM, quads.com. I haven't seen you guys in a while. All right, let's start counting this one down and see what happens. Midnight Silver Run gets 2. Joe McBride for 3. MTN Volts for 2. Levels of Madness gets 3. D-Reese Coins and Hobbies gets 2. Harry Beyer gets 3. Adam Chambers for 3. Jim Fletcher for 3. Cuz RS will get 3. Farm Dog for 2. One of these days, we're going to run into some really good stuff in one of these rolls. Really good stuff. I have no idea what's in these rolls. I buy them without any knowledge of what's inside. Never opened them. Don't want to open them until we have a chance to do it together. Silver Nitrate gets 3. Kelly Michaud gets 3. Bill Betts will get 1. Paul Hampton will get 3. Stephen Elliott will get 3. Coin Dragon. Frank gets 3. So Coin Dragon for his 3. Stonecutter for his 3. I'm sorry, Shannon McCord gets 3. Stonecutter gets 3. And then Scent Hoarder will get the 1 he wanted. And then Vidal Gonzalez will get 1 to end that roll. Quads.com, Mike Birchman. Who else? 690SM, John Brandon Bow, New Marshall in town. Deanne, my apologies. We do not have any more Beep Thrills. Beep Thrills, I don't remember seeing you registered. If you did not register, you'll need to register with us prior to making a purchase. If you have registered with us already, forgive because I do not recognize you. If you have not registered, you'll need to send me an email real quick. It's going to be to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Send us your YouTube name, your PayPal email address, and your real name so that we'll be able to tie all those together and know who you are and send you an invoice so that we can give you the stuff that you're bidding on. All right, so we've got that roll finished off with Vidal Gonzalez. Now we're going to move on to the 1955S roll. $3 coins per person, $3 per coin, 1955S original tubed roll. Go now. The 1955S original tube roll. Your limit of 3 per person, $3 per coin. We'll start this one off with Eric Beyer for 3. MTN Vaults will get 2. Jim Fletcher gets 3. Joe McBride for 3. Adam Chambers for 3. Paul Hampton for 3. Now, I may, at some surprise moment during the roll reveal shows, I may actually add on another couple of rolls for this week. Because I can't say necessarily that I won't be doing that. I got a couple of rolls that I thought I had that I haven't been able to find since I've been back South Carolina. I'll take a look around, see what I can find. See if, just maybe, I can find this mystery roll looking for. Can do without getting some spots in it. How's that sound? Where are we? Eric Beyer for 3, MTN Volts for 2, Jim Fletcher for 3, Joe McBride for 3, Adam Chambers for 3, Paul Hampton for 3, Midnight Silver Run for 2, Deanne gets 3, D Reese gets 3, Levels of Madness gets 3, Silver Nitrate gets 3, Worm Dog gets 2, Bill Betts gets 1, Quads gets 3, Stonecutter gets 3, Anna McCord gets 3, F. Cond, hello, haven't seen you in a while, you get 2, Centorder gets 1, and then Chuck Nickel gets 3, and Vidal Gonzalez will get 1 to end the roll. Vidal, you find a way to be the last person in every available roll I've had so far tonight. Got one more roll, but I got to get ready for it here. It is a 1960 Philadelphia Mint roll. It is going to be Coin Roll Hunt Reveal number 81. It is a Cincinnati Federal Reserve roll. I'm going to be doing these at $1 per coin. Set up right. 3. All right. So this is the roll right here. A 1960 Philadelphia roll from the Cincinnati branch of the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland. I'll wrap on that end. I'll wrap on that end. Has some toning on both ends. The entire roll could be toned, but it should be a pretty nice looking roll on the inside. And we are going to do it this way. 1960 Philadelphia. The end coin is a large date. That's all I can tell you. I don't know that there aren't any small dates inside, but that would not be normal. Go. 1960 Philadelphia Lincoln Cents Cincinnati Fed roll 3 per person, 1 per coin, $1 per coin. Have you gotten wisened up on me saying bid max or max? Instead of trying to figure out what the number is going to be, you got your digits all entered up, ready to go. All right, so on this one, JOB is going to get 2. Bill Betts gets 1. Cuz R Us gets 3. Levels of Madness gets 3. Joe McBride will get 3. All of the reveal coins and other items that you purchased last week will go out in the mail tomorrow. I was out all weekend and did not have a chance to pack packages, and yesterday was a busy day for me, and today, of course, I was getting ready for this auction. But for the remainder of this week, I will be working on packaging and shipping, along with doing the reveals. We're going to start the reveals tomorrow. We're going to be doing the reveals a little bit earlier than we have in the past. I won't be doing any more evening reveals unless it becomes a necessity. JLB for 2. Bill Betts gets 1. Cuds R Us gets 3. Levels Madness gets 3. Joe McBride gets 3. Eric Beyer gets 3. Midnight Silver Run for 2. Paul Hampton gets 3. Kelly Michaud gets 3. Adam Chambers gets 3. F-Con comes in for 2. Farm Dog for 3. Jim Fletcher gets 3. Deanne for 3. That would be 3, number 3. Quads gets 3. Chuck Nickel gets 3. Centorder for 1. Shannon McCord for 1. Stonecutter gets 3. And then at the very end of this one, Mike Birchman will get 2 to finish off this roll. Those 2 are all I have left. All I have in this roll. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone's bids, and I appreciate everything everyone has done for me this evening. All I have for now are going to be bigger and better things for next week, but right now, what I have. So I appreciate it, folks. You guys are amazing. How you doing, Jeremy? You popped in just a bit on the late side, didn't you? Just a bit on the late side. Deanne, your fingers are anything but fat. Welcome to Hold Your Order to Combined Shipping. Okay, Jim Fletcher, I will work on that. Okay, Hoop is now registered. Wait. Jenny, you're welcome. Tent Hoarder, what are you binning? Jeff Dunn. I know I'm receiving your emails. It's just been a very hectic weekend. I've not had a chance to read email. But I believe what happened on that one order that we've been discussing is that your non-replaceables, your row reveal coins were sent to you. But the remainder of that order was probably not sent to you, and since the remainder of that order was probably not sent to you, I am going to replace all of that. So that will catch us up completely. Other than what you've ordered this past week. You're welcome, Jim. Steve, I'm sure we'll get it if you send it to CD Copper. I'm sorry. If you send it to coppercoinspayments at gmail.com, I'm sure. What would I put Brian's collection value at ballpark? A lot. Steve Fatette, you have a great night, sir. Brian Hooper. Oh no. Your phone got stolen. I hate that. I hate it when that happens. Sure. Good night, Quaz. Jeff, yeah, I apologize. It's been taking us quite a while to get to a point where we are actually even Steven on everything, but I want to make sure that you are taken care of and happy. I need to make sure that my records are taken care of and we are all good. Yes, I will post the reveal times, Farm Dog. Basically, I'm going to photograph these rolls and I'm going to put them up with title blocks in Facebook, and I will go ahead and start them as new items they're going to be new events in YouTube. So if you go to the YouTube channel later on, you'll be able to see. I will take care of it tonight. Event Hoarder wants to bin some 60D LD. Huh. Be considering I had some for sale, huh? I don't right now. You have a great night, Mike Birchman. You're moving next Tuesday. Okay. Is that going to, let's see. I guess if I send a priority box to you by Friday, you should get it in time. I hope. Send a priority box that'll have everything for last week and this week, plus the replacement from the earlier order. $16.79, I think it was. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what the number was, but I think it was order $16.79 that we were talking about. And Jeremy, I know I've not sent the nickels, but I know I will. All right, wait a minute. No, that I haven't. I'll make sure I get them to you. But I do remember them, for sure. I've got them sitting off here to the side. It appears I may not have sent them because I have 2 rolls sitting over there. Give Sin Hoarder one of yours. One of your what, buddy? Talking to Joe McBride. Okay, Jeremy, I'll get it. I will definitely get it straightened out. I'm going to spend the rest of this week doing packaging. Then I've got 2 more auctions. Is that right? I have 2 more auctions to do before my break. No. 1 more auction coming up next week. The 25th of February will be my final auction before going on a hiatus for a week to work on inventory and catching up. However, there will be a Sunday auction this Sunday, the 23rd of February at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Time, where Jessica Johnson will be your host. Yeah, spring break and line. 2 days from now, they're forecasting snow here. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing a whole lot of tan line. No spring break for Chucky. Chuck works almost all the time. Get much of a spring break. My spring break consists of a week to work hard. That stack right there, stack of stuff. That is all stuff I still have to work into my inventory. All stuff that has not yet been worked into inventory. Yeah, Kelly Michaud, we always do invoices. I always send invoices. That's why I need your information prior to your bids. That way I can put it all together and send you an invoice after the end of the auction. How we operate business here. Jeff, that would be probably one of the last things that I would actually want to do if it snows. Probably the first thing I would want to do if it snows is go right back to sleep. But if I have work to do, I'll get up and put my bunny slippers on and come up here and go to work. But I will not be out in the snow if I don't have to be. Good night, Robert. Good night, Farm Dog. Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Elizabeth. You folks have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream, get a few other things done. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for coming. And I will get that schedule out tonight for when the role reveals will be. Appreciate it very much and have a great night.